What's up, everybody? I'm joining early today because last week was a total disaster. So I thought I would hop in early, see if you guys could hear me, see if you could see me, and see if everything was working properly. I just fired this up again and had another issue. So I woke up very early this morning to make sure that this was going to go off at least better than last week, which, to be honest, folks, is an exceptionally low bar if you tuned in. We had darkness, very, very choppy screenshots, and many other problems. But it appears so far that we are live and we are running okay. If you guys can confirm that, I'm just gonna chill here for a moment before we start. It's 2 minutes before our scheduled broadcast time. But again, just jumping in to see how our tech specs are. What's up, folks? Say hi. Give me some bridge questions in the chat. You're looking at a hand we're about to bid. It's going to be interesting. Good morning, everybody. Good morning from everywhere. Oslo, London, Allentown, PA. I'm going to be driving through there. Switzerland. Ooh, nice. Very cool. Gavin is in Poland. In fact, David, I saw a good picture of him on the European Bridge Tour site or the European Championship site. He was deep in thought, looking like, I mean, that's what he loves. So it was a good spot for him, and it looks like everybody is having a lot of fun over there. The mixed is over, and I think they're playing the championship now. So exciting stuff. Greetings, greetings. What's up, people? Yeah, very good, very good. Annapolis, Maryland, very nice. That would be the Naval Academy, I believe, in Annapolis, and the capital, right? Am I right about that? Westmore. Oh, good. So, Grayson, this is a great question. What would you recommend for someone newish to the game to learn and improve? Well, I just actually dropped off an installment of something the ACBL has come up with called Bridge War. It's on this channel and it's also on the ACBL YouTube channel. I'm doing two more videos very shortly. In fact, I'm releasing them later on tonight. You're it's a good kind of stepping stone to card play and getting you into a version of bridge where you can play with any bridge player and any non-bridge player where you're just not bidding. And I think all of you can, if you've played bridge, you can all understand how awesome the card play is. Right? It's amazing, right? Defense, especially when you start getting reasonably good at it or at least focusing on it. Defense declared play is just amazing, and when you solve problems like that, it's like climbing Mount Everest. So my goal and my whole real uh, I hope the next 5 years goes kind of the way I want it to, where we can get people playing different versions of the game alongside each other, right? So with regular bridge being here, and all of us are playing that at this point, you can also have mini bridge where we're playing the same exact hands, we're just not bidding. We're getting to a lot of the same contracts. We're making the same bridge decisions frequently. We're just not going to have to learn a new language before we start playing bridge, right? Which I think is a lower entry point for a lot of people. And you can have a ridiculous amount of fun. So, yeah, thank you for that question. And wow, Double Dummy, thank you so much. Is it really 15 years? Has it been that far? Oh, sorry. Yeah, too hard to keep playing. Great, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. That's why this channel is here, folks. All right, let's start dancing. I think we have 10:01 now. We're here, and you can see me, you can hear me, and the game is being broadcast. Let's dance. Yeah, I'm not gonna play in Philly, but I'm gonna be there shooting a bunch of content. If you see me, please come up and say hello. I'd love to talk to you, get your thoughts on Bridge, and maybe use you in some of our content that we're going to be creating there. Super excited about Philly, and of course Denmark. Boom, boom. Lots of traveling coming up for bridge. Loving it. Let's dance. One diamond to our right. We have a really nice hand. Anytime we have 10 cards in two suits, it's excellent, especially when they are the major suits, folks. So when it goes past a diamond to us, we're almost thinking about this hand being too strong. And honestly, some people might consider this too strong to just overcall a heart. I'm not one of those people. I'm happy to bid one heart and then bid aggressively afterwards. And my partner bids two clubs, which should be some sort of good hand with five plus clubs. So they're a passed hand, so this would never be forcing, but it should be constructive at least. Let's see. I want to make sure I make a forcing bid. That's probably close to what I want to show also. Let's hope that partner doesn't just float this and leave us below game, or if we're supposed to be higher. And if we're not, Let's hope they pass below and we're okay. Okay, partner just had, uh, interesting. Partner had a reasonable hand here for possibilities, but I don't know. I think we're pretty happy to be in this spot at a relatively low level. Partner has kind of a misfit. This is going to be interesting. The robots, not surprisingly, are getting off to a very good lead here. And look at the auction that they saw. This is a classic time to lead Trump. They saw me bid hearts and then offer up a second suit, which my partner accepted, which means that this is very frequently their hand. They're short in my original suit. They're relatively short for the opponent's sake, if they're hoping they're relatively short in the other Trump suit. So now I'm really in a bit of trouble to rough hearts and dummy, right? This is a tough spot. I'm going to play the 10 anyway. I'm not worried about them drawing too much Trump because I can get some Trumps in and also do some damage. And if this works, I may have an embarrassment of riches here. The question is, do I lead a heart towards my hand or do I try to do something in clubs? I'm not really in a hurry to do anything in clubs at this point. I don't expect to take more than a trick or two. Here you get a nice reveal, right? When you play low heart and they duck, I'm not going to say they're never going to have the ace there, but especially the robots, it seems likely that they just don't have it. They would hop ace there to avoid kind of losing it, especially if they had any sort of short position. Wow, they did duck the ace. Interesting. Or maybe lefty's just not playing something. They're worried about me setting up hearts. Fascinating. All right, let's play a low diamond towards the dummy. Let's try to sneak that sucker in. I could have roughed a heart, but I think I have a little bit of time now. Let's see what they do. Okay, good. They're going to give me a rough in my hand. I'll take that. I'm going to rough a heart. I'm going to lead the queen of clubs, but if they don't cover it, I'm just taking ace, right? So I can get to my hand and rough another heart. All I'm trying to do is get tricks, folks. Okay, good. I have 8 tricks. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but here's hoping for it. Let's play that ace of spades. And I'm just, again, just trying to survive this one. I know a lot of people are going to have a similar problem. I'm curious to see what they chose here. But at this point, I'll take 8 tricks and hope it's okay for our score. It looks like Lefty had a fair amount of spades over there. All right, this is going to be 75% for us, which is a not too shabby of a start. Way better than last week technologically and score wise. Let's take a peek. I guess we would be tied with, but yeah, there's the people that got to play 3-0. That's what I'm worried about in this hand. When partner tables a good 6 card club suit and an entry, right? At least one in the spade suit. Looks like 2 now with the 10 of spades being there. This is a spot where some people could have clipped off no trump, and there you have it. Let's look at our marks here. Norm R and me rate and okay, good. We'll pay attention to these people. So yeah, okay. So they hopped to 3 hearts and got a 3-no bid. What was that 3 club bid? Wait, what was that? Oh, they double. Okay, so there was somebody going the power double route, and they also got to play 3-no trump. I don't know. If you're gonna bid 3 hearts, why not just bid 2 spades, right? You're kind of doing the same thing. If partner has some sort of preference in that direction, you'll probably get it, and you get a chance to play 3-no. We were one of 2 people in spades making 2. The rest are just going down, and some people are just well, they went a little nutso. So don't worry, folks. So look at what we did. We didn't go crazy. And here's what you have to remember. Those of you that kind of hop to 4 hearts, you don't know what partner has, or they could have no hearts. And also, they just have robots kind of step out like this, especially when they've already been a past hand. So don't get terribly excited. But certainly bid constructively. Their 2 spades showed 14 to 19. That's kind of the ballpark we're playing in, right? And partner ended up making a pretty reasonable pass and letting us play 2 spades there. Nice, nice. Okay, let's get back to the action here, and there it is. That's a beautiful 18 count. And you might see some of those Johnny Hurds opening 2-0 with this hand. I'm going to open a club. Our goal is to rebid 2-no trump or make an equivalent bid. And okay, here we go. A little inverted minor suit raise. So this is interesting. I like my heart position, so I'm tempted to just show a heart stopper here. But what's 2-no trump for them? So 2-no trump shows a stopper. So there's 2 ways to think about this, folks. I'm going to tell you what is kind of expert standard here. If you don't have stoppers everywhere, you kind of control bid your stoppers in a way. You bid suits you have stoppers in. But you Well, the way I teach it a lot of times is, especially for people that are relatively new, if you are well stopped, and I'm not saying we're well stopped here, but I do like the Queen Doubleton of Hearts for a lead coming into us. But if we are well stopped in both majors, even if the other minor isn't fully stopped, I'm okay betting 2 no trump as long as I'm not super short in the other minor. Does that make sense, folks? I hope it does. Because those are the suits that are priority. And when we have an inverted auction, we get to no trump. I will tell you that most reasonable opponents, for lack of any better options, are going to be firing major suits, right? So you just want to be super careful there. But the other minor isn't so amazing. Here, folks, here's what we have going on. We actually have 18 points. So partner having a good 10 or more, which is their inverted range here, is game going, right? So we already have very good major suit holdings, and we're very unlikely to be in trouble. And look at what the robot understands this as. 3 no trump here is just this hand, which is awesome. I'm looking at the questions in here. Let's take a look. I don't think 2 no trump I think 2 no trump is never passable, and here's why, folks. David Devine, very good question. Good to see you, buddy. When you have an inverted minor raise, we should kind of be playing three of a minor at minimum. Now, some people might agree that 2 no trump is passable. I'm more of the, hey, 2 no trump shows a hand that I don't have a minimum with, so I accept an invite. If I had a minimum, even if I had all the suit stuff, let's say at an 11 count I was ashamed of, I would just clip off 3 minor here. That's how we show our minimum. So a 2 no trump bid by this player is forward going. Um, and again, the partner's going to kind of continue to bid their 2-3 of their minor if they have a minimum themselves. But 3 no here should just be this. Hey, partner, I have that 18, 19. And now if partner actually had more, let's say partner had like a 15 count, they can pursue slam now, right? Because presumably we've told them exactly what we're looking at here. Oh, I like this. I just did a declare play lesson yesterday at an event I headlined in Southampton, and this was our goal, right? Count your winners, and let's make a strategy for 3 no trump here, folks. So let's start off with that. Count your winners, see where we are first, pop that into the chat. Yeah, I'm rolling solo again. Gavin has abandoned me for greener pastures in Poznan, Poland. They're playing the European Championships. Everybody, I love the European Championships. I don't know who does it. I don't know who does like their promotion, but they have these great daily pictures of everybody going on. And ACBL does this as well. I love the look of bridge happening, right? I think there's a picture of Gavin like this, which is everybody at the bridge table, right? So it's just it's really fun to watch, and it kind of brings you into the room with all those great players. So yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing in the chat. So I have 5 clubs for sure, right? And that's just a counting thing, right? I have 10 of them, and I have the top 3. They're all good, right? So I have 5 clubs. I have 1 diamond for 6, the ace of hearts for 7, and 3 spades for 10. Should I duck this diamond? That's question 2. Should I duck the diamond, folks? Make your choice. Make your choice. Do I duck the diamond? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. We're going to bring you into the equation today. I see yes, yes, I see no. I see yes, yes, I see no. I am terrified of something, and it's not diamonds. I'm not terrified of diamonds. I am absolutely terrified of hearts. Hearts, 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 hearts. So no chance you can pay me to duck the diamond, because what do I fear? A heart switch. And then I have no time to do anything. If I play ace of diamonds here, I'm going to have some ability to at least consider. Don't play on this screen, Rob. Let's get to the other screen. I'm at least going to have the ability to consider trying to punch out a diamond trick, right? It's unlikely I'm going to be able to do that, because if I try to create an extra trick in diamonds, what's a good robot opponent going to do? They're going to fire hearts then, okay? If this lead is to be believed, though, okay, I can now continue this diamond, and I'm going to do that from my hand. And I'm gonna burn an entry that they know I have, very likely. So I'm gonna play a club to my ace, and then I'm just gonna play the 8 of diamonds. And I'm hoping this is king queen jack to my left, and I'm also hoping they do not lead a heart. Don't do it, robot. Boom shakalaka, and there's our extra trick, folks. So we just went from 10 to 11, and all we did was just kind of not give them a roadmap. If you punched out clubs and then spades, even, and then you tried to create a diamond trick, you've just created an awesome treasure map for them to get it right. But now we just get to scoop up 11, and I don't know. Let's see what that is. Ooh, that is a tasty one hundo. That is surprising, actually. Do we do anything weird here? Other than kind of create the diamond trick? I guess so. Let's see. There's the diamond ace. And there you go. Here it is, right? They're firing clubs. Hey, there you go, folks. Ding, 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 ding. Guess what's right? Oh, they just cashed these cards themselves. Okay. So there it is, folks. I didn't do anything. Did I do anything amazing? I swear I didn't. Right? I didn't feel amazing there. Did you guys? Right? So I have all 10 tricks. So you guys, this chat is awesome. Yeah, I have 10 tricks. I have 10 rippers from the start, and I'm not having a problem taking that. So what do I do as a good bridge player? I'm looking for one more, right? If I can safely do it. So big time, first off, ace of diamonds, and then doesn't hurt you to go looking if you trust your opponent's lead. And I really do when they lead an honor against no Trump. How's that feel for you guys? We doing okay? We have leapfrogged some people. Let's peek. Where are our first people? No, no, no. Yes. Okay, that's a yes. That was the person that crushed the first board. That was not. Yes, that was a person that crushed the first board also. Okay, we have 2 out of 3 people. We're in first though. 100 is a nice, tasty score. Nice job, Robbie. Hey, Fred, are you somebody I knew as a kid? That was my. I was a kid bridge player, so I was called Robbie. So I always know whenever I'm at a bridge tournament, I hear, "Hey, Robbie, what's up?" I'm 100% sure that that person is from the Syracuse area, or at least we played bridge against each other when I was a pup there. Okay, this is a good hand. This is a no Trump opener for me. It's a very good hand. I have a hand that some people might try to hide this. I don't. I have a nice easy rebid. I have an unbalanced hand. We're gonna start with a heart, and it's gonna go a spade or no Trump. And interesting. Uh, I'm just gonna bid 2 clubs. All right, just gonna pattern our hand out here. See what happens. I don't see any reason not to do this. Partner bids 2 hearts. This is not a ringing endorsement to play hearts. Right? This is simply, hey partner, you showed me 2 suits. I prefer this one. Could have played no trump. I'm wondering what would 2 no be? It would be too much probably. All right, so this would be 16 plus points. Um, I'm tempted. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm gonna ask you. Here's your first poll. Bringing you in. I waited way too long for this already, folks. Make your bid. Make your bid. All right. We are going to pass as one of them, right? That's probably the most normal, but to know is I would guess in this situation partner has spades and diamonds, right? That just feels like it's a situation. I could be wrong. Um, but they kind of bid a no trump directly, which shows some values, right? It says 8 to 11 here. I don't know if it has to be that much. Um, but I kind of have a reasonable source of tricks. It looks like I have an entry or two. Yeah, Doug, for sure. But we need to be careful, especially if diamonds is just a brutal spot, because we're going to have to hammer out some tricks. Very good point. And that's why I think we see pass trending heavily in this. That's why we have a good audience here, right? But it's tempting in these sorts of events just because of the best hand nature of it. But it could also, and what really could be happening here is East is just licking their chops over there with a source of diamond tricks, and we're in a lot of trouble. So I like this choice, folks. I think pass is lovely, and maybe they balance us into something. So we'll see what happens with West here. Very likely pass though. Yeah, there we go. Let's play 2 hearts. No reason to mess with anything. We have 87%. Man, no Trump is tasty though. A little bit tasty. All right. All right. Oh, Grayson, good question. So all these tournaments we play on Wednesday morning are what's called best hand tournaments, which means no player at the table can have more high card points than our hand has. So that just means that, and on this hand, when we have 15, no player can have 15. Uh, we're not in a bad spot here at all. No Trump could have produced something. It unlikely would have produced game, which is good. I think they would have floated with this, but I guess we can find out afterwards. Okay, it's interesting. We're gonna win the spade. What was this? It just went one spade, man. They overcalled the queen jack, blah blah blah. The question is, should we try a club now, or are we risking a spade? I guess we have a spade loser anyway. Let's fire. Oh yeah, that's a tasty one. Ooh, okay. All right, I think we're okay now. I'm not gonna mess too much further with this. Okay, and we see why. All right, righty has five hearts along with us. Interesting. So let's peel this off. We're gonna play a diamond to the ace and rough a diamond. This should be a spot here, scoring our five, and we're gonna play that jack of clubs. And now we have Oh, good. Go ahead and rough that sucker. Okay, good. You're not doing that. Let's play nine clubs. And now I think we're okay. I don't think there's anything more we can do on this hand than what we're about to do. Yep. Let's see how we did. Great pass, folks. That's why the audience is the audience. The Wednesday morning tournament audience I mean, we should be playing the European Championships. WMT audience top of the leaderboard there, and that was 78.6. Looks like we probably tied with most. Ooh, clipping four off there. How'd you do it? Let's see. Two of hearts, ace, and same line, but they fired another club. Yeah, okay, they got to rough the spade. And then it was over rough, draw trump, claim. Wow, nice job. Very good. Not a player that we saw in the mix in either of those first two boards. So we're in a good spot. Tied with a bunch of other players. I guess we can take a little sweat of where our other marks are. There they are. MK, that's a good player there, it looks like. All right, so it looks like one in the mix right behind us, as far as we can tell so far. And here we are again. Nice hand, 5-5. Another hand with 10 cards and two suits. We're going to just start with a spade. Always remember that in any universe, any position, any spot at the table, when you're 5-5, you're going to start with your higher ranking suit first, with the goal being to bid your lower ranking suit twice if possible. This is, again, seeing that partner's a past hand there, right? Partner has passed already. In this situation, this is not game forcing. It should be, I'm hoping, sorry, I'm trying to bid three diamonds. I was just gonna say, I'm hoping this should be game forcing here. If partner has 10 plus points, it doesn't say game forcing, but I'm hoping they bid. I can't see anything other than that. Four clubs, what the heck? Ugh. All right, so we're kind of parked. I guess we could just bid four hearts. Partner just kind of, instead of bidding 3-0, which was my hope here, partner just bid four clubs, which is what the robot is wont to do in some of these situations. So I don't know. I think four hearts is probably right, but I'm gonna the other question. What are they going to do over four diamonds is the question, and they think we have six spades and rebiddable diamonds. Let's just bid four hearts. I mean, it sounds like partner just has a whack job of shape. Let's hope they have six hearts. They have an amazing hand. Thank you. You know, always trying to throw up in my mouth sometimes when I see the robot choices, but yeah, Kropka. Well, I mean, on this hand, they were pretty fair to blow past. But I don't know. I might have found an opening bid with their hand. It's weird. I might just open a heart and just hope I survive. It's a crazy hand to deal with. And again, 6-5 hands are always nuts, right? There are 80 different ways to deal with this. Let's take a peek at this though. It looks like we have a spade loser. I guess this could be a low heart, but if it's a low heart, it's from king third, so we could just play ace of hearts. In fact, we are going to play ace of hearts because we can shake a spade over there. And then I'm just going to lead a club towards my hand one time, hope they hop ace, and we'll have an easy time of drawing trump. Let's do it. Club, club, club. Ace. Yeah. We like that. All right, let's go. Fast. Oh, thank you. I will take the drawing of Trump, Mr. Robot. I will take that. Yes, I will. All right, so we have eight. 9, 10, 11. So there's a couple more to draw. And we'll draw an insurance round anyway. And this is always nice. If you forget to count, you can always draw an insurance round when you just have one play left, which is our club play. And there's our club play. Oh, we don't think we could have done much better with that. And we are rewarded with 85.7. There it is. And that is pretty good, right? We're looking at where's our guys? Dinos is doing pretty well too. There is M. Let's see. This person's awesome. Yeah, Mike. Intermediate? Come on, man. You're not intermediate. I double. That guy's not intermediate. He's too good. All right, pass 2 hearts. Uh, wow, that's not that great. I think we. I want to. I'm gonna give this to the audience. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna give you two choices. Make your bid. I almost yelled at you there. I had all caps there. That is not good. Make your bid. Ah. Uh, pass, double. Those are our choices. My big focus this summer, other than getting other non-bridge players to play bridge, is to get current bridge players to preempt more and to preempt when they should, especially when we're raising. This isn't a raise, obviously. Um, we're not raising anything partner did, but this is an interesting spot where we, because it's a best stand tournament, it's a little weird, right? The victory usually goes to the actors in these spots. However, I want to get a feel of where you guys are, and I want to talk about what we're looking at in this situation. And yeah, double dummies bringing up very important things. Vulnerability is very important in these spots, and also shape is very important, right? So and Gavin says this, all the time, and it's really appropriate. If when you're relatively short in their suit, you want to trend toward action more frequently. However, when you're vulnerable and they're not, this is a time where we're at greater risk, so we usually want to be as disciplined as we possibly can in this spot. And I see 71% of you doubling, and I happen to agree, even though it's very tight in this situation because of that vulnerability. But yeah, yeah, Norm brings up depending on your opponent, right? If you have a wild man or a wild pair or something like that, even like Zach or somebody like that, very aggressive players. The trend is the younger the player, the more aggression you'll see. So, and it's scary because we have a lot of really good young players coming up. But here, I like the action, especially in a best hand tournament. I think I think more people are doubling here than passing. And now, oh, good. Now let me do it again. Let's make another bid now. You ready, folks? Here it is. Make your call now. Make your call. I'm not going to even mouse over their bid. Your call is pass or four spades. Those are your two choices. Make your choice. Can you tell I'm feeling better this morning? Last week I was also very sick. I'm shot out of a cannon this morning. I'm loving this. Back in the city. New York has that special energy still. I really enjoy it. So here's what you want to be thinking, and it's very important to look at this from both sides of the table. Do we have what we told our partner we should have by doubling? Yeah, we do. In fact, we were a little skittish about it at first, right? Partner's a past hand, right? So partner already passed originally, so they do not have 12 points. Yeah, thanks, Welsh. Welcome from New Zealand there, buddy. Uh, so here they have 11 or less points for sure, right? And they saw us make a vulnerable takeout double in the direct chair. What are they supposed to do from that side of the table? They should know we're almost never bidding again. So if they presume to have close to enough to bid game, they should be bidding game aggressively to take us away from these terrible choices. So I see the poll is trending toward four spades, but this is not binding, folks. We're passing. And if it's wrong, I apologize, but make sure you understand what has happened so far and what it portends. A good partner should know you have a good, solid takeout double. So with a reasonable 11 and a five card spade suit, they should be popping off four spades, even with a good 10, right? So do not fall into the trap of wanting to bid again. This is definitely more than a bad hand, right? It says 11 or 12. It can't be 12, right? It can't be. So if partner tables a stiff club and amazing stuff, well, you know what? We're gonna be in a bad spot. But here, I mean, I can't ever partner tables a four spade bid in every universe. Come on, man. I loved it. I love when I teach and it just goes wrong. This is 100% a time where, of course, I don't want to deal with this, but here we go. So again, folks, what I just said is absolutely, in my opinion, correct. If you're when you're already out there doubling vulnerable, partners should absolutely understand the situation and bid accordingly. Unfortunately for us, it's bad day. So let's take a spade finesse. We're gonna make a lot of tricks. I know, Norm. I should have known the audience was chipping me off, you know? I should have known. You're absolutely right. This is a bad beat by me. Okay, you can see diamonds 5-1 there, so we're gonna either lose a heart or a diamond, I believe. Let's mess around a bit though. Maybe we can do some funky stuff here. Yeah, we're gonna lose one of those red cards, but still we're claim for game, unfortunately. I'd like to save the beer card for last. That's seven of diamonds, but nothing you're gonna do about that there. Yuck. I'm distraught now. Still okay. At least there was some sanity in the score. 57.1%. And let's take a look. And let's see. We're in second place now, so one of those players has passed us, and there they are. So I mean, good job, people that passed three spades. And honestly, folks, for those of you that bid four spades, honest, I really, really, really feel that it's wrong. Okay, I just feel that four spades is too much considering you've already shown this hand by making your takeout double. But what do I know? Uh, um, so there are our four spade bidder. There's our mark right there. So 89.57. So we're close to this person. We're very close to the intermediate, non-intermediate player, Mike. Okay. Nice. We love opening one no trump. This is a solid fitting there. All right, there we go. One no three diamonds. What's that? Okay, whoa, that's a splinter with 4-4 in the majors. That's a new one for me. We have no desire to play in a major. We have very good diamonds. Anytime, and it's pretty standard to play one no trump three major these days as some sort of splinter. Anytime you're across from that, make sure you just have a good holding in the suit that they're splintering into. Okay, that's the goal there. Here we're gonna unblock our spade and I think we're going to take a heart finesse. Here's the thing. I could play a club right now. I think I am going to play a club right now. In fact, I kind of want to see. I kind of don't want to see a cover. And here we're going to see a diamond just get fired right away, probably. Yeah, we'll cover that and pitch a club. And now we have some options here. Yeah, okay, so they took like a flexible spade choice here. Now is the time for the heart finesse. Let's duck that sucker. Wow. Wow. Six hearts to our right. Wow, things are not going too tasty here. Interesting. Six hearts to our right. What's the club position, I wonder? We could duck a club right now. And how are we doing? We still have an entry to dummy. If they jam clubs, we still have hearts to our hand. Yeah, let's do that, folks. Okay, now we have the lay of that land. There we go. Yeah, yeah, we're good with that number. We're just trying to get more. Okay, I think that's probably the best we're going to do unless they've made a terrible error in diamonds. And if they have, we'll scoop that up. There we go. 57.1 once again. Uh, and let's take a peek at those results. Let's stay here for a second. Still second place, so we haven't lost any ground, and three people were able to take 10. Let's hope one of them isn't. All right, okay, good. It is in our mark there. They did not best us on this board. Let's see how they made four, though. Interesting. I think maybe if we crack hearts earlier, we have a chance. Ace of spades, low club to the ace. Ah, there it is. Yeah. Dropping stiff queen, low club to the ace. Well done. Well done. Oh, sorry, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, I said I didn't have any tech glitches. There it was. Tech glitch, tech glitch. There it was, folks. Here's the person that made four. They played low club to the ace, and it went bloom, queen. Sorry. There it is. Did that happen again? No, that couldn't have happened every time, right? Ace of heart, ace of hearts. Interesting. And then queen, and then, oh, they just surrendered their club there. There goes that one. Interesting. And then this one was spade to the ace, spade. This was the one I was interested in. They saw the heart position. They cashed spades. There we go. Interesting. Another low one, and they just then played lefty. That's pretty sick. That was the best played one out of the ones we looked at for sure. Okay. We're back at it. Ooh, that's another one no trump opener if I'm counting correctly. I like opening a no trump. I feel like that goes well for me in these tournaments. Pretty usually. One note, two clubs. Uh, always answer with your major, folks. As somebody asked me the other day, well, what if you're 4-3-3-3? Here's the thing. If I'm on the other side of the table, I never bid Stamen with this shape. But when partner bids Stamen, I always answer correctly unless I'm trying to mess with my partner's head, and I don't like doing that. This is always a refusal. Not only do I have 15, I'm flat, so we're just going to play two no trump and hope we survive. And partner is relatively flat as well, and we've bought a challenge. How many winners we starting with, folks? Start there first. How many? Yeah, Stuart. First in, correct answer. Five rippers, four diamonds, the ace of clubs, right? Second step, where are our extra tricks going to come from? What suit should we attack first and as soon as possible to take the most extra tricks? Yep, it's hearts with a second place finisher in clubs. Okay, but hearts is clearly the best source of tricks because we can create. It looks like three heart tricks on this hand because of this quality of the suit. We just want to be careful about entering and exiting the hand. Unfortunately for us, the opponents have gotten off to what looks like a good lead, right? But here's the strategy, right? This is absolute. Oh, that good. Thank you, Norm. Uh, Let me say this first. The strategy we went through were how many winners, where are extra tricks? We're attacking the extra tricks right now, right? Sometimes we're going to have to transport to attack properly, right? So if I had to take a finesse in the suit that I had extra tricks in, I want to be in the right hand. In this situation, it's a straight promotion. I just attack immediately, and I attack from the short side, high card short side. The Stamen bid by North is required because the robots play bad system. Okay, the expert standard, this doesn't happen, but the robots play a transfer system for the miners or some sort. Honestly, they play weird miner suit stuff. So in order to get to a normal two-note trumpet, two-note trump they play as like minor suit Stamen. Most people play it as a diamond transfer. In order to get back to two-note trump, they have to fake Stamen. So this is terrible, right? You shouldn't play it this way. There's a better version. And I'll save that for a different discussion. All right, we're just going to bang out hearts here. Let's go. They're going to take spades, and we are perfectly fine with them doing that. We knew this was the case. Hopefully they're 4-3-3-3, but they're 5-3-3-2. Okay, so we're going to pitch clubs. The hand is over, right? We do not have any problems on this hand. We have entries, we have tricks. We're going to claim city after this trick. And in fact, there she blows, right? I'm sorry, let me just show you. See that, folks? We're just going to win ace of clubs. We could cash the king of hearts where we could lead low to a heart and transport in diamonds. It's all winners. 82.1. What? 82.1. What happened? What had happened? Uh, whoa, somebody got a Massive score there. That person might be ahead of us now. That's the guy that did really well in the other one. They just played 1-0 there in the other direction. 82.1 for us, though. We'll take it. It's because people went too crazy. No, you do not accept the invite. No, you don't. Don't do it. Don't do it. You have 15. You're balanced. Um, that's not our person. That's our person, Mike. So, um, that person might be ahead of both of us, though, McKinney, because if I go back here, this was them as well. I think they shipped in, yeah, they shipped in 4:30. I don't know. It's going to be close. One board to go. I think this is, did I win last, even after the disaster, I think I won last week. So this is going for three in a row. It's the last board, and I have two competitors that are just killing me. Look at our score sheet, folks. How are we not winning? It's a bad beat. It's a bad beat. Let's see if we can dance here. Okay, I think we got him now. Make your bid. Make your bid, folks. Just throw it into the chat. I know what I'm gonna do. It's standard, actually. You just gotta know it's standard. Gotta know this bid. It's the balancing seat, which is the twilight. So there's David, Douglas, and Trevor with the bid. There's Carlene. Too much, Carlene. You don't need three now, right? The balancing seat is the twilight zone of the bridge table, the bidding bridge table, right? In the balancing seat, we don't have preemptive bids. So the robots should know this. Two no trump should be like, I would say 18 to 20. Okay, they have it as 19 to 20. Balanced and a stopper in spades. One no trump would be 12 to 14, folks. So if you overcall one no trump in the balancing seat, this is that borrow a king situation, right? So 15 to 17 is your normal range. For overcalls in direct share, 15 to 18 is the real number when you're overcalling. Take three off of that, 12 to 14 or 12 to 15 becomes your one no trump balancing. And Stuart, you asked the question everybody asks, isn't it unusual? And no, it can't be, because you know what? There is no preempt in the balancing seat. Why do we preempt? Because we want to get in their way. We want to keep them out of their best contract. Well, how can I do that properly in the balancing seat? I can just pass, right? The auction's over. We need more constructive bids, and we need this one especially. So 2 no trump is natural and strong. It's awesome. This is so good. By the way, let's let's tackle a different animal. You ready? One club pass pass. What do you think two hearts is? Based on what you know about two no trump now, folks, what do you think two hearts is? Jerry doesn't like debt problems here. Yeah, you don't worry. You borrow a king, but it's theoretical. It's not you're not on the hook for future hands, buddy. I like Yeah, so if I jump to two hearts here, in fact, let's take a look at what the robot thinks. It shows a good hand, right? There's no preempt in this balancing seat, right? So we're gonna bid 2-no, and what we hope is we hope people don't know this bid, right? Let's make sure that's just 3-no there. That's just normal. Okay, we're gonna pass. We just hope that people get this wrong and or do it differently. Partner has a good 7. This is looking pretty good. So here is the biggest gift in these situations. How many points does East have on average, folks? Fire me. Don't fire me. Wait, don't fire. If you've hired me, don't fire me. Yeah, yeah. So, and also look at this three heart bid. They open clubs, they bid hearts at the 3 level. How many points does East have? Polonius, is that a Shakespeare reference, JC? I'm really drawing on like my 11th grade Shakespeare class for that one. So they can't have more than us to the left, but they could certainly have a reasonable amount. Um, we have 19. Dummy has 7. That's 26. Lefty has at least 14, right? And if they don't, it's very, very close, right? So how many winners do we have? A whole bunch, as long as we don't let them take their diamond tricks. So we're gonna clear. We're gonna play ace of clubs. I just no, we can't. Sorry, we can't. We have we need an entry. How many rippers do we have? 5 spades. two clubs for 7, ace of hearts. We need a heart. So I'm gonna play the ace of clubs and try to bamboozle them in a weird way. Ah, they played the queen there. I'm gonna unblock spades and I'm gonna just play a low heart towards dummy because I am absolutely certain that the king of hearts is to my left. Okay, this is 100%. It's just if it's not there, I'm gonna cry. All right, so now let's just hope they get clubs on the table now. They're not really helping us, but thank you. Thank you, Mr. Robot. We love you. I'm not a very good singer, folks, but I try. Mostly in the shower or in the car. If you see me on the Lyon Expressway belting out a tune, please do not film it. Thank you so much. But I'll take this. Whatever the score is going to be, it's probably pretty decent. We won the bidding, and it looks like we won the play. Did we win the tournament? We shipped a hundo on the last board. Boom! Oh, we crushed the last one. Mike, you're not intermediate. Upgrade your status, buddy. You're excellent. You're an excellent player there. 71.88 for Mike. And that other player must have had a tough run. They had two really good boards, but they were not in the top spot there. And let's just take a look at that last hundo. That was tasty, folks. I bet you a lot of people didn't get the bid right. Boom, one no trump, pass. Wow, that can't be right. There's the double. There's more doubles. There's more doubles. Ooh, what's 4-0? There's more doubles, folks. Oh, we learned something up today. Nice. All right. Gavin's gonna be jealous, man. We're 3 in a row now with Rob solo and a total disaster technologically in one of those. So just running good here, folks. Running good, learning a lot. That last board was such a win for us because I think we just won it in the bid, right? We won it in the bidding, and they didn't get their diamonds on the table, and they could have gotten 5 diamond tricks. Luckily for us, they didn't. Let's see, what did Mike do on that last board? They probably did something different, right? Everybody in the auction was kind of wrong in a way, right? They didn't get the 2 no bid on the table, which gets you, honestly, how easy what there was. There's Mike. So 4 spades down 3. So how easy was that auction, folks? Right? How easy? It was easy, right? We just bid 2 no. We just knew the bid existed, right? So remember, big thing when we're in that balancing seat, the preemptive bid is pass, right? We can always pass to end the auction. So we don't need any preemptive bids. They're all good stuff in that seat, and that is really, really good. Rob, let's see, Rob, if the ops have not bid, is a 2 major bid in the 4th seat. Oh, good one, Amy. Same scenario. Pass, pass, pass. 2 spades. Should be not much more than an opening hand, but like a reasonable 6-card suit and like 12 to 14-ish. And the whole reason behind that is better if it's like 2 diamonds, 2 hearts. You're trying to keep them away from the 1 level. Because in the balancing seat, it's weird. If you pass, the auction ends. So you just want to go plus there. So yes, pass, pass, pass. 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 2 spades, just a reasonable opening hand, not a lot more because we don't want to risk missing game, but preemptive in a way, but obviously a good opening hand ish. Very good question. Yeah, did I ignored you? What? I hope I didn't. If I sorry, yeah, you're right. I ignored a bid or two. Sorry. Yeah, if I bid 4 spades, I make you guys heroes, but I couldn't bring myself to make that bad of a bid. I'm sorry. All right, guys. I had a blast through this today. I don't know what got into me, but I'm having a lot of fun here this summer, and I'm looking forward to getting not just this out to you, but also some more of that Bridge War stuff coming at you. Get those non-bridge players into that. We're gonna play some mini bridge this summer as well. It's the summer of bridge, folks. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for joining. I will see you next time, folks.